Their quarterback, obviously a grad transfer, but is he like a perfect fit for their system, or does he do things differently?
Well, he's mobile now. That's an added dimension to it. So anytime you have a mobile quarterback there and still sound and being the field general for an offense like the air raid, that's another added pressure on the defense. So we're looking forward to it.
After coaching with Leach for years, what's it been like trying to scheme against what he does the last couple of years?
You got to be sound.
Yeah.
You got to be sound. Got to be in the area, and you got to be consistent all day long. And that's the key for us. And guys have been working hard this week.
Justin Hollins is leading the team in sacks and tackles for loss. What makes him special, and how important is his performance this Saturday?
Literally a student of the game. He's really a conscientious kid. There are certain specific things within the scheme and the game of football that he looks at, and that's one of the biggest things. As a teacher, as a coach, you got to be prepared to answer specific questions because they're not random. There's precise questions that he's asking, whether it be concepts in the coverage or a certain technique up front in the line of scrimmage, and that's what gives him an added edge as far as just having a confidence in knowing exactly what we're doing and what the other team are trying to do against us.
Coach Crystal mentioned on Monday that you guys need to disrupt their O-line in order to get to their quarterback because he's really quick out of the pocket. How have you guys been working on that this week in practice?
Man, we from day one since we got here, competing with tremendous effort and 100 miles an hour. If we can do that, that'll give us an opportunity to have the things that we want out of this ball game. But it's been part of our DNA since we got here, trying to establish the type of brand of football that we wanted to be. And defensively, we can't have it any other way. We got to go 100 miles an hour, one play at a time, all day, every day. And that's been a staple and a goal that we've been trying to push every week.
Coach, Alana Pelu was just about a year ago out for the season with his ankle injury. Now he's such an important part of the defense for you guys. What has that process been like of him coming back from injury, now seeing him thrive in the defense?
You admire those kind of players and those kind of athletes that are just totally all in about performing at a high level. And obviously with Lana, he had to work through a lot of things to even get on scholarship to be in this position and to have a fresh new health, and being in a position that he's in now is tremendous, and great to see him have the success and be a part of the contributing to our defensive unit. So we're looking forward to him continue that throughout the season.
When you think of Martin Stadium, what do you think of, and how would you describe it?
It's loud, and it's a healthy environment. As a competitor, you love that, and it's been that way since I was a former Pac-10 athlete going in there. And you got to make sure that you're sound in what you do and never get distracted by those. But it's one of the few good places in the conference that's healthy, loud, and vibrant.
What's more of a key to defending this type of offense? Would it be the pressure up front, or would it be your secondary not letting those receivers get space?
It's a combination of both. Yeah, you can't say that's all up front, man. Everybody's got to make sure they're sound, ready to attack the football, and those are the things that we got going. And we just got to make sure that we're sound fundamentally and technique-wise. We got to be where we need to be.
Seems like Drayton's made a giant leap this year, and he's been around for a while. What's led to that, and how important is he to
He's healthy, got confidence. Those two things, when they're in the ballpark, it just gives you a chance to be able to cut it loose and not look back. And for him, he's been a guy that's been in the system for a long time, and great to see his hard work pay off. And he's a kid that we're counting on to continue to improve. And if he continues to do that, that'll help the unit tremendously.
That targeting call, is there anything you can teach in that, or is that just kind of one of those deals where it's just bad luck, quarterback kind of turned right into it?
It'd be great if I was in the movie Matrix, where I can stop in time and say, this guy's going to drop his head, and literally it's unavoidable. And it's unfortunate, and we're going to move on, and we continue to teach those things in practice as far as attacking. The way the game is progressing and all the rules and regulations, we have no choice. We're addressing those things every day, but every now and then, man, like you said, it's a bang-bang play, and you got to live with it and go on.
How is it that they've been able to cut down on sacks so much compared to a year ago?
I'm sorry?
How is it that Washington State, they passed more than anybody last year? They had 44 sacks allowed, now they have 5. How is it they've been able to do that from what you've seen?
Again, veteran group, they're cohesive, and they're able to establish that every day, and those things. The mark of a good team is you're always constantly improving in those numbers. And if those numbers decrease, man, that says a lot about what the program is headed and what they're doing there every day.
How much did that do to the quarterback? Is he getting the ball out quicker?
A lot, and again, you got to make sure that you're sound in what you're doing, game planning wise. Otherwise, you cut your guys loose and let them have it.